How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy with. I'm Will, and today we're getting it played with a little bit of Power Rangers. Power Rangers deck building game. So this is the Zeo. I originally was going to do, I think it's Morphin Time, but decided to switch it up after I read the Morphin Time expansion. It adds a lot more, and it's been a little while since we played, or since I've played. Well, me and Audrey have two playthroughs of the core box. This is the second core box, and basically the solo mode, which comes with the storage box. I was going to do an unboxing, but there really wasn't much of an unboxing. The dividers are nice, the box is horrible, and the only thing you're getting is a solo mode, and I've heard mixed reviews on the solo mode, so haven't seen this one yet. Yeah, so Steve, hey Steve from Colorado. So the solo mode came out, and it's basically just a deck of cards and a rule sheet. Steve, if you think you'd like to play this solo, you can pick up the core and probably use a die to do the exact same thing. Just somebody on Reddit, they've got them posted. I'm not sure I like these new glasses. They reflect. I don't know how to get them to stop reflecting. I'll probably have to wear my janky glasses when I do streams. But yeah, the solo came in the in the storage box. Storage box is like a cheap BCW cardboard box. The dividers are nice. I got everything to fit. A lot of people say they don't, by basically sliding all of the Zord boards in the box. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to do our lunchtime stream of this solo setup. Again, it's my first time playing through the solo. I'm also playing with a villain that you probably shouldn't play for your first time, but we're going to do it anyways. See how this works out and see if I keep it or cull it. So here we are set up for a solo game. There's really no difference in the solo setup. Everything is pretty much the same because the bot, the AI little deck, is basically you just playing two-handed. So you're going to be controlling your deck and their deck. This just gives you like a priority order. And that's the reason I think some people aren't really, this isn't a solo mode. There is a variant online that somebody made, which makes it more like most deck builders when you're doing a boss battler, like Legendary and things like that, maybe DC deck building game. So I may give that a shot because I've got everything for this, and I hate to cull everything just because we're not going to play versus. We played it twice, but we've been falling off of the versus games. The Transformers can be played solo out the box. The G.I. Joe can be played solo out of the box. And there's not much difference in the gameplay. And I think that was the problem when they did this. They tried to make it very similar. Again, I'm giving my first impressions up here at the beginning instead of at the end. And then I don't know why my work computer wants to turn that monitor on. So give me 1 second to turn that monitor off. All right, we're back. I don't want people to know where I work, although if anybody's ever seen that monitor kick on, you know where I work. All right, so in Power Rangers deck building game, like most deck building games, you're going to start with a deck of cards. You have 12 cards to start with, right? Or 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cards to start with, 5 card hands. On your turn, you're going to be playing cards to get all of the resources or all of the quote attack. Because there are going to be cards in the market row that are dangerous to you. Basically, leaving them out there causes you to take damage at the end of your turn. And then, of course, you can see the cards that can be bought. The cards, besides the heroes and the villains, can be bought by either side, so the equipment, the maneuvers, and so forth. The second aspect of the game are your Rangers. Your Rangers are going to be able to upgrade by adding these equipment, maneuvers, and things around. They also have their signature weapon, and the villain has their signature weapon, which is a wild and can go into any spot. I'm supposed to start as a teenager, not as a Power Ranger. Once all 4 slots are filled, then you can attach your Zord to the Zord Bay and then flip this card. Now, we do have to still acquire our Zord. Hang on. Maybe I don't have to acquire my Zord. Maybe this just acquires my Zord. That I always forget. Always forget about the Zords. The Zords and the Masters. I think you still have to acquire them, and then you can attach them. Yeah, so it's 7 for the master. He has to buy his Zords. May buy, gain these. A hero player automatically gains their personal Zord when all 4 slots of a character card are filled. Okay, so we auto gain our Zord. Maybe we've always played that wrong. That's why we've never gotten enough Zords. This one in the Zeo, it's a double-sided board because that was one of the downfalls of the original, is that they said it took too long for the Power Rangers to get their Zords up and running. And then there was too much healing. So I think they've decreased the amount of healing on some of these cards to make it a quicker game. But with the Zeo, you have your standard Zord Bay, which gives you an ability here. And then you have your 5 spots. Once you add 3, then we'll flip this over. And it kind of gives you an automatic Megazord. So that was one of the things with the core game. You had to get all 5 before you could get your Megazord. With this board, you actually get a Megazord before you get all 5. So that is that. The villains, they have a lair, so same thing. General Venjix, he's got his scheming side, and then he has his empowered side. Same difference. Once he gets all 4 of his slots, he gets to draw a card and then flip this card over. He is a little bit different because he does come with his signature sections. This is other cards that he can buy. They go 8, 9, and 10. It is basically the 3 parts of his Serpentra. Once he gets all 3 parts of his Serpentra, he can actually spend 5 power to attack for 30 damage. I only have 30 hit points, so that, if I don't block, is just going to take me out. Other than that, standard deck builder. Buy cards, attach cards, attack with the cards. As you mentioned, I saw there the power. You do gain power, and then as you gain the power, you'll be able to activate your cards. So you can see here, for example, Prince Sprocket. For 6 power, if this is attached, you can attack, deal damage equal to the cost of an equipment or maneuver attached to your character. If I were to defeat Sprocket, of course, it costs me 5 instead of the... actually, the buy power is the same, 5 and 5. But then the target foe gains a stun. So stun are basically like, if you use Marvel Legendary, which you probably were all familiar with if you've watched my channel, it's basically like your wounds. They just go into the deck, and you can't get rid of them until you heal 2 in a single turn. That's pretty much it. So the solo. So for solo, basically what happens is on the general's turn, I'm going to draw a card. This card is going to, we'll look at the bottom one because I'll forget what this is. This card's going to have a couple things. It's going to say what special actions he's going to take. It's going to say what he's going to prioritize buying. And then it's going to say, it may have an icon down here, for example, if he has an ability and enough power to do that ability, he's going to fire off that ability. Now, if he doesn't have a location, for example, right here, there's no locations, then he's going to take a card. He's going to go after a card that he can attach with the highest value that he can afford on that turn. Because again, deck building, you're going to play out all your cards and you're going to have so much power, this little yellow one, the shards, to buy things. So say he could buy Prince Sprocket, he'll buy Prince Sprocket, put it into his discard. Same thing when it comes up later, he will attach that as a primary thing on his turn. There's a couple other little nuances. I guess we'll get to them as they come up and as I remember. He prioritizes buying his where's that? Wish they would have came out with a small player aid card. I mean, you only gave me a small deck of cards. You could have given me one more card with this priority order. So he's going to try to he's going to try to buy himself first, before he buys a signature weapon. His Serpentor, I'm going to guess, is the third thing he would go after. Because I feel like if he goes after that too early, then it's game over for me. So I've got the FAQ downloaded, so that's what I'm going to look at now. Where's my downloads? Downloads. Oh, no, I don't have the FAQ downloaded. It just loaded in my browser. Let's see here. Let me pull up the FAQ. Again, unfortunately, I'm sorry about this. Unfortunately, I looked up the FAQ for it's Morphin Time. I'm not playing that one anymore. So files. Power Rangers FAQ. Version 3. Solo. Yeah, so the one I was gonna play, it's Morphin Time. You use 2 layers, 2 Zord bays, and then you have to attach them differently. I was like, my brain's not up for that today. Mega Rangers, blaster cards. You'll prioritize cards. We already know that. Flurry Blades, Energy, Starters, Mega Rangers, Red Yellow Mega Rangers, Flying Higher, Flying Higher. Cyclopsis, which again is another added thing to its Morphin Time. Huh. That one's actually not mentioned, I guess, because it's a promo. So General Venjix was a promo, so I'm guessing nobody ever asked that question, so it never got put in the FAQ. I'm going to say he goes after this last. That makes the most sense, right? He goes after him, and then he goes after his Shadow Claw, and then he's going to go after this last. He can go after additional masters, so he can get these and add these to his lair. So I think really that's just going to come down to which one he can afford. Does he have 7 or does he have 8? And each one gets more expensive, so it's 8, 9, 10. But yeah, we're just going to go through those paces until one of us is out of hit points or until I'm out of time, I guess. That's how we'll do this. All right, so we have our starting hands. All right, so his starting hand. We do not look at his hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is for me. I can look at my hand. All right. All right, and then we're going to pull out his first card. So, first solo card is target foe gains 2 stuns. So, that is horrible right off the bat. So, I get 2 stuns to my discard pile. All right, we're going to see his cards. So, he has 1 buy, 2 buy, 3. He has 3 buying. Starter, heal 1. If you have 20 or fewer HP, you may destroy 1 card in your hand or discard pile. So, because he can't do this because that hasn't occurred, so he doesn't do that. Smashing Starter, next time you battle this turn, draw 2 cards. Well, he's not battling. So, the only thing he's going to do, he can't fire anything off. He has nothing attached, and he had 3 buy power, so he's going to focus on villains, so he can get the Caterpillar. So he's going to do that. And we'll just put this face up underneath there. I might have missed some. I think he was supposed to do something first. Foe turns, draw a solo card. Yeah, reveal your hand, play the rest of the cards, spin cards. And does all this stuff, but none of that happened. Player's turn. At the start of each of your turns, you always refill the deck as soon as something's bought. Start of your turn, discard a non-adversary card closest to the main deck. So that's the card that just came up. So this is just going to get discarded. And then we refill. So that's a way to refresh the market a little bit. Not sure what it is. Oh, forgot. End of his turn, there were 2 Rangers out there. So the 2 Rangers basically did 2 damage to him. So he is now down to 28. And that is unblockable damage. So same thing on my turn. If I don't take out Prince Sprocket, I'm going to take damage. So I have 4 teamworks. So that's 4 buying. Regroup doesn't do anything because I've taken no damage. So Ranger Blue is 4. But that's doing damage to him. So I'm kind of like, don't want to leave that out there. And he allows me to heal. I don't need to heal yet. Defender Wheel. Equipment. I can attach an equipment. Attack, deal 3 damage. If a foe has a visible block, he must block this attack if able. If negated, draw 1 card. Zed's Vengeance. Glares bother me. Ready and activate the ability of any standard Zord and play at no cost. I don't have any Zords yet. And the Power of Zeo is a block. Negate an attack, heal 2, draw 1 card, then discard this card. Okay, so this one's basically I can use it once, and then I have to get it back out to put it back into play. So do I want to deal damage? Basically, I think I'm going to go with one of these two. She can add 1 maneuver. This is going to keep getting cold, so if I want this, I should buy this. Along with those wonderful stuns that are in my deck. Alright. Go ahead and fill. Alright, Prince Sprocket is there, so I take 1 damage. So 29. Alright. So back to the solo player. Immediately gain 4. Well, that's not good. And he's going to target maneuvers. So he's at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and gets 3 power. All right, 3 power. So he's at 8. So for 8, he's going to prioritize maneuver. So this is maneuver for 4. So I'm going to take Vengeance, Lord Zed's Vengeance. And now there's no more maneuvers to target. So now he's going to target the highest cost card. Okay. If they have enough shards to buy the Master's or Signature item, they would do so as their... Okay, sorry. No. Wait. He will not buy this. He will not buy this. Because it says as the first priority, he will buy his Master or Zord or Signature item first. And he's going to his first priority is the Master. Otherwise, he'll spend the shard to buy the battle highest cost card they can afford in the grid that matches. Okay, so now he will actually be going after himself first. So, when gained, it goes to the lair, or in his case, it immediately gets attached to him. So his ability his power got attached. So his is ongoing once per turn. When a villain is damaged by an attack, he does 1 damage. So he's basically doing a retaliate on me. So yeah, all right. So that's what he spent his 8 on. All right. So discard everything. And then again, my turn. He does take 2 more damage because he didn't take any of those guys out. So he is at 26. So it's kind of smart for me to leave him out there. They're doing damage for me. Beginning my turn again. We lose these guys. All right, now there's 2 of his are out there. All right, so what do I got? Teamwork. So I have 3. 3 battles not going to help me, and 3 power. All right. So 3. So really, the only thing I could do is I can't even take out this guy because he takes 4 to take out. I can't even take these guys out. For 3, I guess I'm going to get Zeo Ranger yellow. Yeah. Refill. And then, okay, so this is one other thing. It just came out. This is one other thing that's different with Zeo. Zeo has these new Zeo crystals, which are basically wild resources. Just like any other card in the market, anybody can acquire those. So it doesn't matter. Anybody can acquire those. Villain, good guy does not matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot to shuffle for the bot. For the villain. The General Venjix, who is scheming. All right, so 1, 2, 4, 5. All right, what's he doing this time? So activate the top and bottom attached cards. So he doesn't have to do this instantly, so he can do it at the end of his turn. So he doesn't have a top attached card. Bottom attached card isn't an activate ability. It's an ongoing, so that doesn't do anything anyways. So he's going to focus on equipment, and he gains, and then try to use his power, which allows him to discard a card to gain a shard. So he'll discard this card, which gains him another shard. So he's at 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. He's always going to attach first. So he's going to have Mecha Caterpillar. How am I going to do this so I can... I really only want the ability, and that's the problem, is I can't really... I guess I'm going to have to do it upside down. That ability, he blocks, gains 1 stun. Block, gain 1 stun to negate an attack, draw 1 card, then discard this card. Okay, so his is kind of like mine. It's a one-time block. He has to gain a stun. That's weird. I've never seen one where you basically, to block, you have to gain a stun. Okay, so he now has 3. He's going for equipment. He can't get this. So then he's going to get the next thing he can afford, which is this. All right. Then he takes 1 damage because I did... Oh, I forgot. He's going to act... Oh, he already activated his ability, so that was fine. But he takes 1 damage because the Blue Ranger is still in the grid. They call it the grid, the morphing grid. All right, what do we got? Oh, of course we're going to get the 2 stuns. I can heal, and I can only heal 1 this turn, so it's not even going to... I forgot. Did he play his heal card? He did play... He discarded his heal card. Yeah. So he discarded that to do that. So, yeah. All right, so I heal 1. Why am I at 30? I would have taken... I've been taking damage. Why am I at 30? I've taken at least 2 damage. So somehow I've messed up. So we'll say I'm at 29. All right. 2 stuns don't do me any good. Next time I battle, I can't battle. So I have a 1 buying power, which isn't enough to do anything. So wow, that is a wasted hand. 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 2 stuns at the beginning of the game, that sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So, oh, I needed to get rid of the rightmost. That was at the beginning of my turn. I should have done that. I forgot to. Again, makes no difference because the lowest thing you can buy is a blaster for 2. All right. So back to the general. So he's going to shuffle the highest cost card in the discard pile into his deck. So he's going to shuffle. He's going to shuffle into a deck of 2, which was, he was going to get that card anyways. All right, and he's going after locations. Next time you battle, he's not battling right now. 3 mayhem and 3 power. Oh, forgot he spent 1 power last time. It's a lot to keep up with because I'm basically playing 2 hands now. 3, 4, so he's up to 5 power. That's a lot. Which means he can easily block now. All right, so he's got 3 power to buy a location. There is no location. So then he's going to go to the first one he can buy is this one, Singing Zap. Right, that refills. There is still 1 ranger in the market row, so he takes 1 damage. All right, and then back to me. He's going to have to shuffle though first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So get rid of the first. Problem is it keeps getting rid of this card. This card is the one that's getting rid of. I forgot to take the 2 damage at the end of that turn. 27. Keeps getting rid of this card. Oh, and that's a 2. That's an easy one to buy. All right. All buying rounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could either buy something or take out Sprocket so I take less damage. I still have a lot of hit points, and the the strategy guide, or at least the tips in the back of the book, say just leave them out there. Problem is I need him to buy those. The red crystal, which can be attached as a wild. For 1 power, Ranger, gain a Zord and attach to the Zord bay. Villain, gain a MasterCard. Okay, so this allows me to just outright gain Zords for 1 crystal. Or 1 power. Yeah, we're definitely getting that. Definitely going to get that one. Oh, now we have 3 guys out there. Well, that sucked. So it puts us down to 24. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to shuffle. All right. I hate shuffling when there's only like a handful of cards. It's very weird. 5. All right. So back to the villain. Immediately gain 5. That puts him up at 10. Oh. Luckily, he doesn't have anything to use it for. So he's going to buy a maneuver and then spend his power. So he can't attach this because he already has one attached. So he cannot attach this one. So right now he's going to get... He's going to heal for 1. So that puts him back to 24. Then he has 3 buying. And he gets 5 more power. Puts him at 15 power. Alright, you can buy for 3. He's going after a maneuver. There are no maneuvers. So now we just do the most expensive card from right to left. He can't afford any of those. So then does he go after somebody he can defeat, I think. When does he attack the row? Spin shards. If you have enough shards, signature, priority that. Otherwise, spin shards to buy or battle the highest cost card they can afford that matches a type of focus. If it's a tile, buy battle the closest to the main deck. Okay, so he can't buy anything. So now the next thing he's going to do is battle what he can. So he can actually just battle this. So he will take that out. And then that allows him to draw a card. Which he gets Singing Zap equipment. When gained, attach this card to an empty slot. So he's going to attach this here. All right. Empty slot your character at the start of your turn. Lose 2 energy. Can only be detached by battling. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, it can only be detached by battling. So he's going to keep losing energy. Okay, well, better him than me. All right, now he's going to spend his energy. Block doesn't do anything. He can discard 1 card from his hand. So this was a card he couldn't play anyways. So he's going to discard that card from his hand to gain 1 shard. Oh, actually, that would have given him 4. We're gonna go with what we did, just because I messed that up. Because he would have gotten 1 shard, so we'll just say he did that at the end of his turn instead of during the turn, and then he can't buy anything with 1 shard. Yeah, kind of messed that one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. He takes 1 damage from Blue Ranger. That is bad. There are 4 villains out there, so I'm taking 4 damage if I don't take those out because he didn't buy any of those. So we can attach. All right. So here's my choices. I think we are going to attach the power of Zeo. This basically gives me my block, so very similar to his block. When I attach a hero, I get to draw a card. The thing is, this is 5. right? So it'd be enough for me to at least take out Prince Sprocket, one of these two Prince Sprockets. And why are there two Prince Sprockets? Oh, because I didn't add an expansion. So when you add an expansion, you only have one copy of each card. So I didn't add an expansion. 2 only gives me a Zeo Blaster. If I attach this. If I attach this, it does give me attack, so I can start attacking him. And I get to draw a card. I think that's the better option. So, let's go ahead and attach the Yellow Ranger. I get to draw a card. It's the regroup, so we'll go ahead and do the regroup to heal 1. It's me at 25. The Ionizer gives me 3. So that puts me at 6. I'm going to attack. So I have to attack to get rid of his block anyways. So I'm going to attack. Deal damage equal to the cost of an adversary you battled this turn. Oh, this doesn't do me any good unless I battle an adversary. Okay, so I can't even attack this turn because I have to battle and attack on the same turn. Okay, I didn't read that. All right, that's fine. So we'll just use our 2 to get a Zeo Blaster. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I take 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Ugh. That sucks. All right, so that puts me down to 21. Right. So, immediately heal 4. No bueno. And then he's going to go after... He's going to try to attack a hero. Well, again, priority there. Then he's going to try to go after my hero. So 1, 2, 3. He is going to spend 4. So he's going to spend the power to discard a card from hand to then gain 1 more shard. So that puts him at 5. So 5. Then he does have enough to take out the Blue Ranger, which is only 3. And that was the only one that was doing like little damage to him. And then that gives him 2 more. So he's going to, same thing, he's going to go left to right. So he's going to gain this equipment. Oh, another villain. Holy cow. The grid is just full of villains today. Oh, man. All right. So he takes 0 damage because there's nothing left in the grid. All right. 1. He gets to shuffle. Although he's not doing any damage to me because he hasn't attached anything. Oh, sorry. He loses 2 energy. I do need to remember that he loses 2 energy because of this. 1, 2, 3, 5. And then he spent an energy too. I forgot to do that. So that's 3 total. So 12. All right. Okay. All right. So the right. This is horrible. That's the only card I could even buy. Machine location ongoing at the start of your turn. You may destroy 1 card in your discard pile to heal 2. That's not too bad. All right, so I got my Zeo Crystal, 2 stuns. So I can't even take him out. I don't even have enough to take him out. All right, so let's go ahead and attach our crystal as an equipment. I can't battle because again, to battle I have to take that out, and I only have 1. Those 2 stuns. I can't even heal 2 in a single turn. Yeah. Okay. So I can spend an energy to gain a Zord and attach it to the Zord Bay. Villain gaining master and attach it to the lair. Villain. I'm not villain. Alright, so we're going to spend our 1 for that. We're going to add... I can't add my Zord. So instead we're going to add... this one. So we have a Zord now. So on our turn, we can activate one Zord and exhaust it. And then to ready a Zord, we have to... When do we ready our Zord? Always forget about ready the Zord, because ready the characters and ready the Zord happens at 2 different times. In phase 4s and discard number of cards. Discard all non-ongoing cards. Refill to 5. There's ready your thing. Yeah, the Zord's ready differently. Oh, here it is. It's the Zord Bay. So the Zord Bay, I have to use the Zord Bay's ability. So it's 2 power. I destroy a card in my hand or discard pile, and then I can ready a Zord. So we're going to go ahead and for 0 power, we're going to go ahead and exhaust the Zord, deal 2 damage, plus 2 damage if you battled a card this turn. We didn't battle a card this turn because otherwise I would have done that. But we get to deal 2 damage, and then he's going to block that damage, unfortunately. So that takes down to 10. Block. So we do everything on the card. Gain 1 stun. Negate the attack. Draw 1 card. And then discard this card. So that's how that works. So there, at least we got to see a Zord attack. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this. I'm going to take lots of damage. So we know he's going to be buying his cards because that's all that's out there. All right, so I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, and that's undefendable, so I can't use my guard for that. So that puts me at 16. Holy cow. Those 2 stun cards, like I've not been able to do anything like 2 turns because I got both stun cards in the same turn. I'm just a bad shuffler, I guess. All right, his turn. So he's target foe discards 1 card. Dang it. Discard resilience. I got to keep my buying power to take out some of that stuff out there. And then he's going to try to take out a hero, which doesn't exist. He's going to add this. 6. Use the attack or block ability of any hero in the grid. If there are no heroes in the grid, discard 2 cards from the grid. All right, so he's going to be, at least he's going to get rid of his own guys in that case. So heal 1. That puts him back at 28. Can't attach this because that's already there. He loses 2 energy. He gained 1 energy, so his net energy is 1. And so he has 4. Again, there's no heroes. So then he's going to go from right to left until he gets something that is he can buy. So he's buying Silo, which helps me later. No, it doesn't. There are some cogs. Oh man, I know I shuffled that deck. But it's just all baddies. All baddies. All right, so he takes no damage because there's no heroes out there. All right. Oh, then destroy this card. Sorry. My crystal I could only use once. I was like, this seems way overpowered because I could just keep adding Zords to it. But this one says then destroy this card, so I could only use that card once. All right. So, Cat, what you doing? So we know we got 4 teamwork. That's all we've got. Although I can use this attack because I'm going to take out one of... I mean, I could get the Sky Machine base, but I think it's better to take somebody out. Because then I can at least attack him. So, this allows me to draw a card. Target foe gains a stun. Target foe gains a stun because that's the same. This one costs 4, but it heals 2. Discard. I think we're just going to do the Prince. No, the Prince costs 5. I can't do the Prince. Dang it. Oh, I forgot. I could use that. I didn't even think about that. I could have been using that Zord Bay to destroy a card in my hand or discard pile. I could have gotten rid of those stuns. I probably should have done that on that turn that I had that Zord. So now that I'm thinking about it, I would have spent that too, which actually would have readied my Zord again. You can only use a Zord once per time per turn, so that doesn't help me there. But I would have gotten rid of one of these stupid stun cards. So I would have gotten rid of that stupid stun card. All right. All right, so I can't even do... I wanted to do these. I wanted to stun him. Drawing a card's not going to help me, because I'm spending everything now. So I think I can either have him discard a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can either have him discard a card, or I can heal 2. I think we'll just do the heal 2. We'll take out the Cogs, which is a cheap card for him. Oh, I forgot. I needed to get rid of this. Dang it! I needed to get rid of this card because this card was you have to always get rid of one on your turn. So I forgot to get rid of that. Missed the start of the game. Hey, Charles, that's okay. That's okay. There's always a replay. Let's just say it's not going well for me. It's going better for me now that there's somebody out there to beat up on him a little bit. So I get to heal 2. So that puts me back to 18. Ugh. See, I'm at 18 of 30, Charles. He's at 28 of 30. So yeah, now, let's go ahead and use 0 power. Costs me nothing. So yeah, deal 2 damage, plus 2 damage, be battled. I did battle this turn, so that is 4 damage. He has nothing that can block now. So that is down to 24. Right here, once per turn, when the villain is damaged by an attack, then he attacks and he deals 1 damage to me. So I could block the 1 damage. No, I can't. I don't have enough power, so I can't even block that. So that's fine. I'll take the 1 damage. Take the 1 damage. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we're probably going to get our stun. Yep, figured we were going to get our stun. So we'll probably use that again to get rid of that stun. All right. Oh, forgot. We did damage somebody. I did have 3 power. I should have done this. I should have done the Yellow Ranger as well. Deal damage equal to the cost of the adversary we battled. Maybe I shouldn't have healed 2. Maybe I shouldn't have healed 2. I should have actually taken him out, because her damage is based on what I take out. So let's do that instead. This would have gone... No. This would have gone here. This would have gone... It stays where it was. Yeah, we should have done that. I forgot the ability. So let me take away those 2 hit points. So 15. But then we're going to use her ability, which attacks for 5. That takes down to 19. And then once per turn, he already did that, so that doesn't happen again. What's life are we on? Oh, yeah, so now we're at... You probably asked that, and I probably already said it, but yeah, we're at 15. He's at 19. So that was actually a really big play for us, being able to do both of those in 1 turn. All right. Back to the General. General loses. I got to keep remembering that. General loses 1 power because he's got that stupid singing thing still in there. Can only be detached by battling. I don't know what it means by that. What it means by detached by battling. Battling adversary cards. Heroes in the grid and adversaries and villains. Villains and adversaries in here. These adversary cards in the grid can take a toll on team's hit points. Oh, it has a battle cost. So he would have to battle this instead of spending. So next time he needs an equipment, I need to remember that he needs to battle this. Well, next time an equipment comes up. All right, attack, deal 4 damage. I basically just have to eat that. There's nothing I can do about it. That puts me down to 11. And then he's going to go after a villain card. Mayhem, Scraps, Battle. So he only has 3. He does get 3 more. Yeah, he's not going to spend any power, so he gets 3 more. I always have to remember, I need to make sure that is he going to spend the power, because if he is, then he's going to get rid of one of his starter cards. So he's going after a villain that costs 3. There's a villain that costs 3. All right. And then he is going to take 1 damage from that. All right. My turn again. The keeps getting rid of all my equipment. You gotta be kidding me. Thank you. Goodnight did notify this. I just noticed the time a few minutes. That's fine. That's fine. Nice to have you in the chat. But again, you can always go back and watch my rambling and stuff. I didn't notice that had a glare. We'll just put the discard pile up there so it's no glare. Get out of there. Oh, that sucks. I don't like that at all. So we do get our 3 power. Let's go ahead and do that. Puts us up to 6. We will go ahead and activate the Zord Bang. So we're going to destroy 1 card. We're going to destroy that stupid stun card. We're going to ready our Zord. So that cost us 2. So puts us back down to 4. Anytime during your turn, you may destroy this card. If you do, discard 1 non-adversary card from the grid and refill. Again, non-adversary. That's all that's out there. If I have... Oh, hang on. Heal 1. If I have 20 or fewer hit points, I may destroy 1 card in your hand or discard pile. So, we're going to heal 1. We will destroy... let's destroy the resilience. Yeah. Okay, so we only have 3 buying power. Let's go ahead and activate the Zord. Hang on. Can I battle with 3? 5, 5, 4, 5, 5. I can't even battle with 3. Plan to get Go-Go Power Rangers, Shattered Grid Omega, and this Zeo. Won't be getting the rest to justify buying the box with the solo cards. Yeah, a little hint, you can go get the solo cards from... somebody posted on a Reddit, so just go to the Power Rangers card game Reddit. I think somebody even posted a link in VGG to it. You could also do what the cards are doing with a die, just like put the 10 different things that the cards do and then roll a die. You'd be in the same boat overall. There is another variant which I might play on the channel, and somebody created it, and it plays more like a boss battler where you're fighting against the grid, a la more legendary style, and you basically lose when the deck runs out. If the deck runs out, I don't even think you even use hit points, because that is the one thing with this solo. There's a lot to keep up with because you're basically playing for him and yourself. So there's a lot to keep up with. So I have 3 recruit. I can't attack anything. I can't recruit anything. Yeah, that kind of sucks. So yeah, we're just doing 2 damage. That's all we can do. So that's 16. All right. I guess I'm buying another blaster. Yeah, because it says destroy 1 non-adversary. There are no non-adversaries because I just had to discard the last one. And we're taking way too much damage. We're taking 5. Holy cow. So that takes us down to 7. Right? Yeah. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah, the Yellow Ranger, she just doesn't do any damage without me killing something first. That sucks. All right, so we are shuffling. The grid sucks right now. Yeah, like there's no the culling. And let me double check, because maybe one of those guys would have gone away. Let me double check. If it says if there are no non-adversaries, do I actually get rid of? Discard non-adversary close to his deck. Slide all remaining cards. Oh, I've been doing that wrong. I've supposed to have been sliding the cards, but never has it been this card that I removed and got removed again. Yeah, it just says non-adversary, so you cannot get rid of the adversaries if there's nothing else in there. Your foe will block any attacks that deal 3 damage or more if able. I did miss one thing earlier. If none of their attached cards deal damage, or they have none attached, they deal 3 damage. So he's had a couple times where I've done this ability. Then activate an attached card that will deal damage. If none, so he would have done 3 damage. I just realized that. He would have done 3 damage to me on like 2 separate occasions. So at least 2 separate occasions. So we're going to put me all the way down to 1. Holy, I'm at 1 hit point, so this is probably going to be game. Where's his deck? I lost his deck. Yeah, I missed that. I forgot. If he does not have something on him that allows him to attack, then he's going to just do 3 damage, just flat out. So the combination of this grid being as bad as it is, and him doing free 3 damage all the time. 1, 2, 3. Sucks. All right. Activate the left and right attached cards. So, doesn't matter because that's not an activatable card. He loses 2 energy though because of that thing. He's back down to 11. 1 mayhem, 2 mayhem. His robo. And then he gets 3 for that. So it really didn't matter how much he lost. He is going to try to get rid of an equipment. It will cost him 4 for this, so he can't do that. There's no equipment out there. So now he is going to try to buy the most that he can, which is a 3. There is no 3, so the next thing is the 2. It's kind of weak sauce, but that's what happens. Yeah, he couldn't get rid of that thing. All right, good for me, I guess. I mean, he's getting so much energy. I want to play this again, but my wife doesn't want to play it again because she's a sore winner. Sore winner? She doesn't want to play because she's a sore winner? She's a sore loser. We played this originally on the channel. We haven't played it again because we've kind of gotten away from the battle games because of the way I can kind of think through like different moves and stuff isn't really fair to Adri. So then I'm kind of having to coach her while we play, right? To do that. So he takes at least 1 damage, so that puts him down to 15. Yay! Without this, that's the problem. If I can't get this combo off, right, then there's nothing I can do. All right, and then so again, beginning my turn. The only item card I can possibly buy gets gone. It does say these move to the left, to the right. I was forgetting that. Hey, there's a power sword, but I gotta get rid of these guys because I only have 1 hit point. So, 2. I only have 1 hit point, so this isn't going to be good. Yeah, she hated the block mechanic. She's used to Hero Realms. So that's the one thing with this one is it's supposed to Zeo is supposed to be quicker because they added less healing cards in the main deck, and I believe there are less block cards in the deck. And then added to that, you can of course get a Zord, a Megazord at 3 instead of having to have all 5. So that was one thing people said about the Power Rangers. You really seldomly ever got your Zord out unless the game went really long. 3, 4, 5. So they say that's better because you only need 3. But again, that's only advantageous if you can even get the 3. I still haven't even gotten my Zord because I haven't gotten another hero and another thing down here. All right, regroup, heal 1. If you have fewer than 20 hit points, I have way fewer than 20 hit points. Destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. I don't have a discard pile anymore. I do get 3 there. So that puts me at 7. And 3 is not enough to take any of these guys out. So that's basically game. Because there's no... I'm going to take 4 damage and only have 2 hit points. And it's undefendable. So it doesn't matter what I do, because I'm not doing 15 hit points to him. Alright? Because I'd have to destroy a card in my hand to ready the Zord. The Zord would then only do 4 damage to him. Yeah. Yeah, that's game. Nothing I can do. It doesn't matter what I do, try to finish this turn out. That is pretty much game. So let's go ahead and give my, I guess, first impressions, because there's not much I can impress on this. I don't remember we did our first impressions during the other ones. Maybe we did, but I'll do them again since this is a newer game. Charles says, GG's. Yeah, that grid was just nasty. Like, that was nasty. So the first thing is components. Great, fine quality, right? All the cards are the art from the comic books. A lot of the sets are more comic book based as well, which is probably why we didn't see a lot more. Also, I think Renegade gave up on the deck building games because once the RPGs did a little bit better, and then once they got the rest of the Hasbro licenses to make Heroescape and all that stuff, they just gave up, right? Because they actually got rid of Shattered, was it Shattered Grid? And they stopped the G.I. Joe Mission Critical, which I actually need to play as well. But the components here are fine for what these are. The components I don't like is the box. So the solo box, it is just a very cheap box. It is a card box. If you wanted to or expected to be able to fit the boards and the manuals in there without some lid lift, not happening. Now, I haven't sleeved everything, so I can't say to this. It's also big enough so that it is, it's also big enough that there could be more sets, but there's probably not going to be any more sets. This game I don't think was popular either. Like, I was trying to find some playthrough videos. There's not many playthrough videos of the expansions. And when the expansions came out, I don't know if it was just we were doing other things or I just got so many expansions all at once because doing bulk work. I don't remember. Renegade never sent us any review copies, so that's that. But yeah, the box, in my opinion, is not worth the money. I was actually able to get everything in the core box. Don't know how I ever did it, and everything wasn't sleeved yet, but everything was kind of in there. I would, if I wanted a storage solution, I would just I've got the BCW heavy duty plastic crates that I put legendary and champions in. I would do the same thing. I would just make one row for Power Rangers, one row for G.I. Joe, Transformers, and My Little Pony, whatever, right? Because it's four rows. But yeah, these solo cards, again, this could have been done any other way. They're nice. I wish they would just offer people the ability to buy these by themselves or a print and play. Like, at this point, this should just be print and play. Again, not to say that you should find these cards on the internet, but $40 for a bunch of solo cards, not a good value. Mechanics. So the mechanics of the Power Rangers game, I like the deck building game. I like deck building games. I like spinning things. I like that you have to get some things, power yourself up, get the Zords. Like, all that is fun, whether you're the hero or the villain. And in a versus mode, it's kind of fun. The things that people don't like are the same things we didn't like. We felt that it went on too long because of the blocking and the healing and the blocking and the healing. So it was like you were never truly doing damage. And Charles kind of mentioned the same thing, right, about the blocking. The second thing is, like, we never got to feel like we were really powerful if you were playing the Ranger because you couldn't get your Zord. This is supposed to fix that. I did see that I didn't block as much, right, because I took tons of damage. I didn't heal as much, right, because I couldn't get rid of the stun cards because I was only ever healing for one when that one card came up. So I think they did do that. Now, whether or not they overdid it, I can't say. The Zord only needing 3 is better. I never got that far because I would have needed another 2 items added to my hero. to get to my Power Ranger side. And then I would have gotten my Zeo 1. And then I had to buy another one for 7, and I never got up to 7 buying power. The taking damage in the grid, I think that's a neat mechanic because it encourages you to get rid of those. But at the same time, I kind of don't like it because now you're spending your time defeating things instead of buying things. And the rewards are not that great, right? If the things you were defeating were separate, then maybe. This is very similar to the DC deck building game, and it's actually the reason I never picked up the DC deck building game. It uses the same power that you use to do things, in this case it's shards, to both attack and recruit, meaning you can't do both, right? Unlike Legendary, which is one of my top games of all time. Go watch my top 10 to see where it is. I'll tell you, it's either 1 or 2. Go watch and find out. You have 2 different resources and you can choose, okay, I need more buying power or I need more attack power. Those are the cards I'm going to focus on once I get one or the other. Because once you get enough buying power, you stop buying those and you go and buy your fighting. And you don't have to worry about, oh, I can't recruit anybody because everything in the row is something I need to beat up, which happened here. So the solo rules don't help with that, right? Because the solo bot is only going to buy a card that he can afford, just like anybody else would. But he may prioritize buying an equipment card that he can afford over Prince Sprocket, which is a 5. Prince Sprocket would make more sense for him because it's a more powerful card than the little 4 power sword that's down there, right? So that kind of doesn't work. And then with the discard of the row, I'm only discarding the things I want to buy. The maneuvers, the equipment, and that's the thing. In order for me to have flipped over, I would have needed another equipment. Well, we kept discarding them. The hero, sure, there was a hero out there. So I wouldn't have been able to do what I even needed to do. So I don't think any of that is solved with the solo mode. I wouldn't expect it to be solved with the solo mode. I don't know if any of the other expansions have helped a little bit with that. Again, you could always house rule, right? As most people do. Okay, once per round, you can wipe the entire row for something, right? Like, okay, once per round, I can wipe this. I think people talked about this too. Wipe the entire row, right? And I think even in a 2 versus game, this could be a problem. If this same grid came out, I've got 4, right? I had 5 at one point. I have 4 villains out here. Even in a versus game, all the other player has to do is not buy any anymore. And then you have to waste all your turns getting rid of those. So instead, if like once per turn, you're allowed to like get rid of the entire row by exhausting your Zords or taking 6 damage, right? Because there's 6 cards or what have you. I think might help, but does it balance it? In a versus game, maybe not. In a solo game, maybe. But yeah, that's the mechanics. The deck with the solo mode, again, like I said, you could do this with dice. You're really just playing two-handed. I could just play two-handed. And honestly, do I think that would be a better game, right, of a versus game? Probably, because when I wanted to learn how to play this originally, I played two-handed. And I treated each one to get the best card that they could get that would improve themselves, right? And that wasn't the case here, right? I feel like these cards are restricting what it's doing and maybe isn't the optimal play, which I guess, like, if you want to think of it as like, okay, well, that's like a real person, they might not make the optimal play. I don't know. Difficulty. So this game isn't terribly difficult, the game itself. I will say having to control both does make it much more difficult in the way that because you're having to remember all these extra things. Like I had to remember his negatives, I had to remember to take this down, I had to remember to do this, I had to add this extra. So it does add complexity to the game to have to control the AI character in a specific rule set, right? In a regimented rule set. If it was just me playing, then it would just be the same as me playing normal, except for I'm playing twice, right? I'm playing as the villain and the hero. So it does add some complexity for the solo. Fun at 2. Again, it's not for us at 2 anymore, just because we really don't play the verses anymore. Fun at 1. I can't say I enjoyed this. I can't say this would be a reason for me to keep this in my collection, right? I've got everything. I want a Power Rangers game. This is really the only Power Rangers game now because there's no way I'm going to play aftermarket prices to get the Shattered Grid, Heroes of the Grid, or whatever, the Marvel United-esque game, right? The Pandemic-esque game where you're trying to stop them. So I want to try that other variant, the homebrew variant somebody had, because like I said, they wanted to make it more like the games they liked, which are similar to the games that I like, which is like your Legendary and stuff like that. So I think I will try that variant. I'll play it on the channel if you guys want. If you guys want to see that variant, let me know down in the comments. Last is a theme. I like the theme. Like I said, I like Power Rangers. I watched almost all the Power Rangers up until when it went to Netflix. So I don't know how many different shows have been there. I watched almost all of Super Sentai until the company that was making the good dubs or subs, they weren't able to do it anymore. They got shut down. So I haven't watched probably the last 4 or 5 seasons of that either. But I like it. I like Power Rangers, I like Super Sentai. I want a game that has this, so I like the theme. Does it feel thematic? Well, not really. I mean, the thematicness, okay, I can get my Zords and power up. The villains power up, right, and get bigger, right? They grow because make my monster grow. But I think the theme is just more the game itself, not that the mechanics necessarily match the theme, right? Beyond we're getting our Zords together and then we can turn into a Megazord and the bad guy gets powered up and gets bigger. But either way, that's that. This is Power Rangers deck building game solo using the Zeo. I have, like I said, all the content, all the expansions, so let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see another playthrough. This could have just been bad luck with that grid. Maybe another playthrough would be better. I'd have a better response. Because I think that's the thing. Anytime you lose, and you lose so badly like this, I think it puts a sour taste in your mouth of the game, and if you like the game. Whereas if you win, you're like, oh, I like that, and you're hyped about it, and you're excited, right, that you want to play it again. So let me know down in the comments. Again, if you want to see that variant mode that's on VGG that's more like Legendary, let me know down in the comments way. Giveaway maybe, haha, just kidding. If I decide to cull this, Charles, it will be in the culling for charity, which means this one, because it's got everything in it, will probably be the $100 donation, or the $50 donation for the $100 games or something like that. I'd have to figure it out. I don't think I would do it as a straight giveaway because I don't think it is popular enough to do donation incentive giveaways for people to get this one. I think it would have to be somebody who actually wants to make a donation to Extra Life, and then, right, they would get it. But again, I got all the other content, and it looks like it's so much fun. Like the Shattered Grid looks so fun, right? Because you're basically bringing in all your other expansions while you play, and you get to make other grids, right? It's only a grid of 6 cards, but you get to do that. And I just think that would be so much fun to play. It's Morphin Time, which again, I was going to play, but it seemed too complex. It seems fun too, right? Because you have 2 Zord bays, you have 2 layers. I want to really feel like that one was made for a 4-player game. Double the Adversary too, yeah. But like, I want to feel like It's Morphin Time was designed for that 4-player play. But like, I think like in a solo game, you can just have a nice big epic solo game. And there's nothing stopping you really from adding multiple expansions. So can you imagine Shattered Grid pulls in It's Morphin Time, and then if it does pull in It's Morphin Time, then are we supposed to pull in the extra Zord bays and the stuff too? I don't know. Like, you could just have a really fun game. I just think there needs to be I think it just needs to not be PvP for me. I think that's what it is. And right now it's just, it's PvP and I'm just playing both hands. So I think I will try that other mode if people are interested. But yeah, that's that. I got to go grab some lunch before I get back to work. You guys heard the pinging back behind me. Somebody probably needs me for something because, you know, they can't live without me. If you want to watch more content like this, including the other deck building games I'm playing for this one, this seems like a deck building week. Deck building games for this week, make sure you hit that subscribe, bell notification, or the notify me on those live streams. That way you don't miss them. Yeah, and until next time, guys. Peace.